Alright, hello and welcome to the video. Let's crack on with the important stuff. Firstly, who am I? I am an amateur bodybuilder. I've been training for about 3 years in the gym. I'm planning on competing in 2025. More about that in another video to come, so keep an eye out. It'll be in there. I am 23, about 89 kilograms, 5'11". Live and train in Devon. Produce content mainly for Instagram at the moment, which leads me quite nicely onto what I want to do with this channel. So what's this channel about? There is 3 main things I want to do with this channel. Firstly is going to be some gym content. So I've accumulated, I think, quite a reasonable amount of knowledge in the gym over 3 years, but I do struggle with the amount of knowledge when people ask you questions like, how do I get started? Or how should I structure my training? Or even, simple things like what kind of food should I eat? Because there's actually a lot to think about and unpack with every single one of those questions that goes way beyond just the obvious, you should get started by turning up to the gym, do XYZ split, whatever it is, push, pull, legs, or bro split, or upper, lower. There's a whole many different things. And then in terms of what kind of food you should eat, we think, oh yeah, it's obvious, just, eat lots of protein and have whole foods. And then the answer is it's really not that simple, and it's very individual specific. So what I want to develop with that is a framework for how you can go about making the right decisions for you, rather than having to rely on somebody else to tell you what you need to be doing and what you should be doing. So I'm going to create 3 series of videos. One of them is going to be on how you get started in the gym, everything you need to know basically before you turn up and what your expectations should be, and how to keep those habits and make sure you keep going and stay consistent and actually enjoy what you're doing. The second series is going to be on how to train and structure when you arrive at the gym, how to experiment in the gym so your technique improves over time. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how to diet, what your nutrition should look like, what things you should strive to eat, how do you escape bad habits like binge eating, really difficult stuff like that. And then also, what does eating healthily actually mean? What does it look like? And then how do you kind of choose reasonable foods on a budget, especially here in the UK, where food that's good is really expensive and not easy to just get a hold of. So I'll be referencing a lot of the information from where I get my knowledge, which will be channels like Greg Doucette, Vigorous Steve, More Plates, More Dates, Renaissance Periodization a little bit. There's a whole host of them, also some stuff from actual other bodybuilders who are competitive in the space, like C-Bum, and also some bits and pieces from Hanging Around Bod, whose training style I really like. And if you've not seen any of those channels, I highly recommend you actually just pause the video, have a Google of some of them, and see if that's the kind of stuff that you like and you're going to be interested in. So that's my goal with those series. Now the second part of my channel is going to be a little bit of outdoorsy stuff. I had a great idea a few years ago, which I really wanted to do, which is a full sort of immersive soundscape and video into sort of a dog walk from a dog's point of view. And I managed to achieve a little bit of that. We're almost there. I had an experiment with it, and you can see some of that. But we're going to try some much more exciting stuff. We've also got a drone as well to get some nice drone footage. And it's just going to be some like longer form stuff, a little bit wholesome, a little bit easy, some nice watching. It's going to be my creative side of the channel is what that's going to be all about. And then the third part is going to be about me and my bodybuilding journey next year. So I mentioned I plan to compete again in 2025. I want to document that and bring you guys along for the journey. So for the next video, which will follow on hopefully not too long after this one, I will go into a bit more about me, what I've done, what I've achieved my results over the last 3 years, how I started, what I'm doing at now, what sort of training I'm doing, what sort of diet I'm eating. But for now, just sit back, enjoy the video. I've got a little bit of a taster of a little bit of everything I plan to do with this channel for you. So not just gym stuff, but a little bit of dogs content too. So sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of it. Okay, and as every good day should start, we are making coffee. Freshly ground beans, espresso. Let's go. And of course, you've got to steam the milk. And some morning posing. Now, we don't do this every single day. It's mainly once a week, usually on the weekends when there's time in the morning. Just first thing, get up, see how we're looking, see if we made any progress. Usually you don't notice these things week by week, but it is important to check in and see how it's going. If you're on a competition prep or anything else, it's a good way to check in and make sure you're, and obviously if you're getting coached, they're gonna ask you to send them some updates and stuff. But seeing as I'm not doing that right now, it is just how are we getting on, how are things looking. Very casual, very easy. Probably like 12-14% body fat here as well, so definitely an off-season look. And as part of any good day, the dogs need to be walked. So I got Mia, who's new to joining the little family of dogs. She's an interesting one. Her dad's a Northern Inuit, which is the same kind of dogs that the direwolves in Game of Thrones were. That was their dog breed, so they're kind of supposed to look like wolves. Dad was super intelligent as well, could like open doors, and yeah, she's gonna be big as well. For 18 weeks, she's almost as tall as the other boys. Massive paws, massive knuckles, and a really long tail as well, getting a bit disproportionate. It's quite funny. And what better place to walk on a nice open field, just about 5 minutes from the house as well, so let them run free, let them run wild. And of course she's seen another dog across the road, getting excited, doing a little puppy bark. And for the main event, a back and biceps day at the gym. Time to hit it. We're starting off with some barbell rows, doing warm-up sets. Usually I'll just do the bar and then 60 and then move up to 100 and try and get as many reps in as possible. I think this is one of the ending sets, hence why we struggled so much, but I mean they're all a struggle at this kind of weight. I mean technique kind of, I'm usually better at getting down there with the Smith machine. And also that was like the last set, so we're allowed to cheat a little bit. Looks like I'm dying that. And then we're going to go do some of this machine. It's kind of like a lat pull down, but plate loaded at the back. It is very smooth. If you haven't done it before, I definitely suggest, if you've got a machine that's like it, give it a try. Locked in the calves and the thighs so you're not moving. I think it's a really nice stretch of the lats at the top.
If you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain.
As you can see from the back, it is really lighting up everything. Trying to move these. I say, you can get away with plate loaded stuff. It is quite nice. Good machine, great machine. And then we're doing some rear delt flies on the machine. I've tried them with dumbbells and struggled a lot with cables, but this is definitely the thing that works for me. So you got to do whatever works for you. But this one, try and get as much range as possible, squeezing it at the back, and it just burns. So like a 10 to 15 is what I tend to go for on this. And after you've sort of accidentally activated them and done them for the rest of your back day, having this as like a later on exercise to hit them, yeah, it works. It lights up the back. And some classics as well. The cable, see the cable rows. They do them, I think, reasonably heavy. It's like 60, 75, something like that. I say, and we both have a very different technique on this one. So I'm a lean forwards kind of guy, whereas Quinn prefers to lean backwards. But it is about hitting your back, and this is an upper back kind of focused one, and you can lean forwards more and let it kind of stretch the lats out as well, depending on what you want to do with it. But if you are targeting upper back, I'd say try and keep your back straight if you can, but it's whatever works for you. Nothing's cookie cutter. You've got to adapt an exercise to work with what you've got going on. I'm finishing up with some dumbbell bicep curls, with the veins fucking popping, as they usually do. Kind of mixing a little bit of strict with some one-handed hammers afterwards. I think my biceps were just so pumped up at this point. I was like, oh, I'll do anything to just get some more reps going. And get some more reps I did. Try and keep your elbows locked in as much as possible with this. Obviously when it gets to the end of your sets and the end of your reps, it's worthwhile cheating to just see if you can get one or two more. But whenever throwing the weight around, we're trying to be as controlled as possible. Trying to take everything to failure when we can. Especially in the final sets. But that's pretty much it for this workout. It was a straightforward one, simple, hits the back, effective, bit of biceps. Alright, thank you guys for staying tuned. I hope you enjoyed that first video and a little bit of a taster into what's going to be going on with the channel. Looking forward to what's coming down in the pipeline, and I'll see you in the next one.